Happy Savory Eats. Today is Wednesday, 17 January 2024. I am doing another Savory Eats, or sweet and or Savory Eats video today of including the Laughing Cow product I've done, and it's actually second in a row, so second consecutive today. I've done that before for a PCC item, like any PCC item. I did that back in November 2023. And then more recently I did Franz bakery items, 2 videos in one day. But those were non-consecutive. So this is consecutive, because the video before this featured the Laughing Cow product. So I'm going to do the Laughing Cow spreadable cheese wedges, and this is the type that's creamy light. So they have ones that aren't light. The Laughing Cow, I thought this deserved its own video per my own life experience. The Laughing Cow is back in January 2006 when I started running with myself as coach. I lost a bunch of weight, and the Laughing Cow is something that I became very much enjoyed from kind of day one, and I have not stopped eating it since, whether I'm on a diet or not. And it's a great fuel source for my running and just my exercise in general. So yeah, and I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. It's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. I am rocking my Team Sweden colors, blue and gold, blue and yellow. Which I think wasn't Sweden the first country to adopt blue and yellow for a flag color scheme, and then a bunch of countries copycatted, or at least one European country to kind of freeload off of their color scheme. Kind of sad. But we're keeping this upbeat, and so what's the Europe connection there, since it's not a tangent? The Laughing Cow is French cheese, and I learned when I was living in South Africa in 2012 that it is very representative of French cheese, and I was like, there we go. Something I did not know when I started eating it 6 years earlier, because I lived in South Africa. My 6-month student visa was January to June 2012. That's when I was there. Lived there. And so I was like, the things I didn't know. There we go. I do like some French food. I do like French food, but anyway, I learned from the Europeans representative of at least one type of French cheese, and it's actually, so the Laughing Cow is the English name. The original name, so this was a brand founded in 1921 in France, and the French name is La Vache qui rit, or something like that. So I'm going to do 2 wedges, which is 50 calories. This is here. And since I've done it, this is my 3rd sweet and or savory eats video of the Laughing Cow products. I'll link to the first 2 in the video description. I have and I've spread it on some savory, English muffin, sweet on an apple, half apple. So I'm just going to do it plain this time, because I do like it just plain. There's a little bit of sodium, there's protein, there's calcium, a little bit of fat. The good stuff, man. Carbs are good too. This is what it looks like out of it. So does anybody want? So I've done some YouTube specifics, kind of like the more than one video with a certain brand or stuff in one day. Anything else? Some people, this is something I do not really do. Some people are really into the production, and especially on food stuff. They'll buy products like 6 months in advance, or do 90% of their videos, film it in the summer, wait for a gray day, film it, and then post it in the winter, stuff like that. And they'll think about that in advance. They'll be like, I should say it's January in the video, but they're really filming in July, kind of thing, and then they post it. Or they have friends who work at a place, at a fast food chain, and they know a new item's coming up like 6 months in advance, so they just get their friend to make the new item and get the, testing the original, like when they're going through it and figuring out how to scale it up, packaging, and so they'll make the video 6 months in advance and then publish it when the new items come out, or give it a delay a few days and then publish it. even though it was filmed a while in advance. That way they can have it released. It's like the music industry where or in films and stuff, they'll make something a long time in advance, but there's like a release date importance. So in the video itself, it might say it's New Year's Day 2024, but in reality they filmed it New Year's Day 2023. They're like, it's just filmed next year's right now. So that's what they did, that kind of thing. And then there's also people who, if they tire out on their 24-hour challenges, they'll film it all in one day and then edit it however they want. So sometimes they keep it in the original format, and sometimes they screw with their viewers a little bit and put breakfast on as the last segment, even though it was filmed first, and that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I'm boring. These days I got a lot of single take videos. I just do it in order as best I can. Though, I'll just include filming information in my video description. That way. Some people are dishonest about that, though. I will just say they filmed it. Right, it's this day in the video. But I think that's part of their production. It's just not something I do. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, and it's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. It's good. It's creamy. It is a little sweet, but it's not so far as a sweet eats for me. It is more of a savory. And I do like that it's a little bit salty. It's not like super salty. It's like sodium kind of salt. Like as opposed to like nuggets of salt kind of thing. Like it's a subtle difference. And I like it. 60 out of 10. I eat these on a daily basis. So this is the Tanis diet. Back to 2006 when I was like 12, 13 years old. Approximately 13 years old. 12, 13 years old, and I went from like 175 to 125. Lost 50 pounds. I had slowly accumulated a lot of weight and needed to lose it. My doctors were like, well, I've already been through this. It's where I did it of my own initiative. They didn't actually say I needed to lose weight. They had done that kind of before. Like, she's a little bit overweight, you know, and then I should do more exercise, and I was playing soccer and sprained my ankle and didn't get as much playing time. So then I was like, why don't I just run? And I chose the treadmill because it was the one thing I didn't have the best coordination at that point in time, so it was the one thing I could do without hurting myself, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's morphed into, I continue to eat the Laughing Cow products to this day, and I continue to run to this day. So it's a pairing in my life that works. So happy Wednesday, 17 January 2024 as of filming, when I'm filming this, and happy day and time of viewing whenever you're viewing this, and happy place of viewing this wherever you're viewing this from.